Greetings, everybody. Greetings, all New Yorkers, all people from the USA, all people from the UK, Australia, and every place and every English speaking person. This message is dedicated particularly for those people who are currently in the US. Um, the goal of this message is to keep you cautious and keep you aware, especially the young generation, about this scamming things that's occurring nationwide. Uh, Today, something really strange happened to me on my phone. Somebody trying to scam me. They were impersonating law enforcement, and they called me this morning. One guy, it was one guy, and I find out immediately that he was a scammer. How did I find out? Uh, at first, he called me and he opened the subject. He's like, "Oh, my name is this. This is Detective blah 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 blah," and he immediately opened it as a subject. And I was like, "Okay, yes, what? Uh, I'm listening." I thought it was a issue about a curfew or something. Well, he called me from a different precinct number. He called me from a precinct number, and he claiming to be a detective. That's question number one that I had. The moment he said he's Detective Robert something, blah blah blah, I said to myself, okay, how come you claiming to be a detective and you call me from a precinct number? That's not logic. If you're really a detective, you should send me a business card with your name on it, with your, with your cellular on it, and call me with your cell number. And then the first thing the detective does is they're gonna ask you, they're gonna say, hey, how are you? Good, this. We want, or I want to ask you certain questions. Can you come down my office, or can we meet somewhere? That's how they do. They're very professional. They're not anybody like that. So he called me from a precinct number. He claims to be, an undercover, and then he immediately goes to the subject. He's like, there was an investigation going on, and five people are arrested, all because of these underage girls. La la la. They're getting raped. They're getting kidnapped, so and so. I'm like, okay, why are you telling me this? Why are you calling my cell phone, waking me up in the morning, in the middle of my sleep, when I'm half asleep, and you telling me this nonsense? What does this has to do with me? What does this nonsense have to do with me? Why are you telling me this? He's like, oh, because your cell phone, this. I caught your cell phone calling one of the underage girl. I said, okay, what time? He's like 1:30 a.m. I'm like, wait a second, sir. Wait a second. He's like, oh, and then he claimed to be a federal officer. He's like, oh, we are a federal, and you could be arrested, and 90% you're gonna be arrested. You're gonna go to prison, and 5 years, and the judge and the jury and this and that. I'm like, wait a second, my man. What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean get arrested? Secondly, I said last night at 1:30, I did not call anybody. Okay, I was watching Netflix, and then I went to sleep. I don't remember calling or texting or messaging anybody at 1:30 a.m. Matter of fact, 1:30 a.m. I was still on the street because I got home really late. By the time I got home, it was 1:45 a.m. So I said, this doesn't make sense. I'm like, sir, I think you got the wrong number, and you're mistaken. He's like, okay, you're texting this lady saying, okay, my love, I want to see you. And then he started mentioning, why are you going to this dating website? I said, it is not your business what I do with my phone. You understand? Whether I go to this uh, food website or food supplement website or car website or like houses, business website. It is none of your fucking business. Excuse my language. I said, this is my phone. I own it. I pay for it. Nobody paid my bills to tell me what to do and what to not do in my phone. I said, because of these websites, so-called website of dating. I say, okay, if this is dating website and anybody that goes to it gets into trouble, then why is it called website? Why is it called website? Isn't it public? Secondly, I said, what is the name of this website anyway? I'm like, go ahead, go to the subject. Which you said at 1:30 a.m. I was talking to one of these so-called underage, right? I said, go ahead, show me the website and tell me the message. I want to see how good you are, how professional you could lie. And then he starts to say, oh, you're gonna be arrested, la la la, 95%, and this and that, and watch. I'm like, you know what, sir? I said, first, you are a so-called officer. I said, this bullshit, I don't buy this baloney from you. You understand? I say, secondly, at first, you're calling me from a precinct number. And this precinct number is not even in my area. It's supposed to be in my area, right? Because each area, each borough, each region is supposed to have their own precinct number. So if a person does anything wrong, anything, to break the law or anything illegal or suspicious or whatever, the nearest precinct, their house, is supposed to give him a call. And that's not how they call. Secondly, I say, you're claiming to be a detective. Why are you calling me from a precinct number, right? And then you say, now you're a federal officer and we'll be arrested. 90% of the chance you're going to be arrested. You're going to go to the prison 5 to 10 years. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Which story is true and which one is false? Man, I'm like, come on, man, be clear with me. What are you? Are you a federal officer? Are you undercover? Are you a cop? Come on, which one is true? You see this different version of statement that he say, each one contradicts the other one. So I said, you know what? Cut this bullshit. Cut this nonsense. That's not how undercover people talk. That's not how people talk. They are really professional. If they want to get someone, they will get him, but they will get him in a really professional way. You are talking to me hostile. You're blackmailing me using a precinct number that's not even for my area. You're claiming to be a detective, and then you say you're a federal. What is this nonsense? I said. What is this baloney? You think I buy this crap from you? I told him, you know what? He's like, oh, my boss will be on their way. They're going to be arrested. I knew what he was heading to. I knew. At first, he's going to scare you. Oh, we are the authority. You're going to be arrested. Da, 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 da. And then he's going to say, there is a fine that you need to pay. That's when I realized, I said, you know what? Go F yourself. Go screw yourself. And I say, if I choose to go after you, whatever laptop you're calling me from, whatever fake IP address that you're calling from, I'm gonna get it for you. I'm gonna go after you. I said, you do know what's the punishment of somebody impersonating law enforcement, right? I said, you don't know how severe that punishment is, right? If you pretend to be a cop and you're not, you know how many years you go to the prison, right? You know what's the big punishment for that, right or no? It could be a federal offense. That's when he immediately started talking crap and, yelling and screaming. I said, goodbye, good luck. I hung up on him. So the reason I'm telling you this story, because I want you to be careful, guys. Scammers pretend to be cops. They pretend to be IRS. They pretend to be, even those who are still immigrant, they pretend to be Homeland Security. They pretend to be fire department. Just don't pick up the phone. Well, at first, a lot of people say, don't pick up the phone, don't pick up the phone, don't pick up the phone. I had this theory because their phone is fake. It's not from your area. But now, the scammers have a different technique to call you from a phone to make you believe that's from New York. You know what I mean? They're gonna make you believe that this phone is from either your doctor, or your lawyer, or your dentist, or whatever. They're gonna make you believe, or maybe somebody from your area calling you from his friend's cell phone because of a certain emergency or something happened. That's how they make you believe. They call him from a 347, 917. They call him from 516. So When you look at the phone 516, 347 or 917 or 646, what comes in your mind? Say, oh, this number is from New York. The moment you pick up, you know, you're gonna say maybe somebody is calling the wrong number. Let me tell them that is the wrong number. So when they pretend to be this, the scammers, they know how to get their prey. Sometimes a lot of people fall for their trap. So, you know, hold on a second. Well, pizza, get a drink. Yeah, so guys, as I said here, be really careful with scammers. They're pretty good at their tactics. So that was it, guys. You know, I hung up the phone and the guy, he got really pissed off and he started calling me from a different number like 3 times. Ring, 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 ring. He was ringing. I was like, screw you, goodbye. But he woke me up in the middle of my sleep and he got me traumatized. So he messed up my sleep. So I said, you know, go F yourself. And you just messed up my sleep. I work in the night sometimes. I work very late night shift. So during the day, I end up being sleeping. Otherwise, I will not get enough rest. But you know how the daytime rest is. It's not like the nighttime rest. The nighttime rest, like before 12, is the healthiest sleep that you could get. But you know, I'm working because of the situation that we have now with the COVID and all that stuff. There's only work at night, you know. So I had to work at night because I gotta pay those bills eventually. So thanks to this guy, this stupid scammer that's been calling me and impersonating a cop, claiming to be a cop, claiming to be law enforcement and scaring people to death with the authority and this and that and arrest and the judge and the jury and jail time and felony and stuff. They wanna look fancy, you know. They wanna look flowery, like they wanna make you believe like, oh, this guy is real, is the real deal. Like, oh, you know, maybe this guy has been dealing with a lot of criminals. That's how they make you believe. This is deception. This is a major deception. So be very careful, guys, with these type of scammers. If you get called from a precinct number and they pretend to be a detective, ask them, okay, give me your business card. Go ahead. Send me your business card. If they start to talk about a case, an investigation going on, blah, 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 bullshit. Bullshit. Undercover will never talk about a investigation on the phone. Never. They will call you over and they will start to ask you a question. They will never say anything about the phone. The only thing they're gonna say over the phone is say, hey, is your name this and this? Can we meet elsewhere at a coffee shop or a restaurant, or let's meet at this place, and I just have a few questions for you. That's it. And they will not arrest you. No way. Just questions. That's how they do their jobs. They're really professionals. Because their investigation takes long time. Takes long time. If somebody is up, and if you, even if the person did something wrong, they're gonna tell you. They're gonna inform you. Isn't that you that you've been there? Isn't that you? They always confirm. They will never, ever accuse you just like that. There is a theory in the law that it says no one is proven guilty until they plead, right? Until they plead guilty, right or no? No one is a suspect until they plead guilty, right or wrong? So, guys, I hope you learn from this personal experience of mine, and not to fall into the trap with these type of scammers. They're pretty good at it. They make you believe they're like the authority. Nonsense. Or worst scenario cases, just don't answer the phone. Don't answer. Don't answer. Don't answer. Take it easy and be safe, guys, and have a good one and be in good health.